Not sure if you can see the difference in color, but that's a little bit, it looks browner. That's from all the tomato paste and everything that I put in there. And it just really brings out all the flavor. So go the one step, get the tomato paste. It doesn't cost you that much, and put it in there. Over here I got two different kinds of tomatoes. They were on sale. I bought them. They were 59 cents a can instead of $1.79. So I get them and I hang on to them. If you're only going to make this once in a while, don't buy a case of it like I do. Don't waste your money. Alright, so there's the sauce. It's in there together, the 2 cans of crushed tomatoes. Now be careful when you buy crushed tomatoes. They don't have to be those San Marzano ones. You only use them once and they're over expensive. You don't need to just buy them. Just get regular ones. Store brand is fine, whatever cheaper. Just make sure they're crushed. And check and make sure they don't have a lot of basil in it, or oregano, or anything else, because then if you put more in, it'll be overpowering. Okay, now in here I have the milk, the eggs, the bread, garlic and onion, and I'm going to continue on. Now you guys asked me for measurements. I don't measure. I don't know how to measure. I taste to measure. And what I mean by that is I'm going to put all this together and then I'm going to make a meatball up. I'm going to fry it up and taste it. If it doesn't have enough seasoning, I still have time to do that instead of cooking them and going, oh no, what did I do? So in here I have about 6 more cloves of garlic, a half to 3/4 of a small onion, 2 eggs, the bread with the milk, maybe half to 3/4 cup of grated cheese to a cup. For a pound. I like to taste it. Others may not like to taste it. Alright, so now I'm going to do this. Alright, I'm not into this video 2 minutes, and already I've got everything together. This is what it looks like inside. See, Robert? There's no onions. Anyhow, everything's mushed together, so you taste it, but you don't see it and you don't feel it in your mouth. And that's a lot of things is texture-wise. So that's why I do it in the food processor. Now I'm going to pour it in with a mixture of sausage and beef. And just a reminder, there's stuff out there that you can get. It's called meatball mix. And you don't want to buy it. Just take my word, you don't want to buy it because you don't know what it is. Get your hamburger, get your sausage, mix it together. It's also cheaper than $20 a pound for veal. Alright, hang on. Okay, meatballs are put together. I already made one. They taste pretty good. Could use a little bit more salt. But I'm not going to add it. You can always add more salt. These are the 2 scoops that I go by. This is a regular ice cream scoop, and that's family style. And then this other one is the one when I make a bazillion meatballs for get-togethers and stuff. I make this because it's small. So we're not going to use that one today. The other thing is aluminum foil on the tray, a little bit of spray on there, just so they don't stick. Don't put a lot. I mean, we're just using a little because there's enough fat in there. I mix this by hand. 2 schools of thought. By hand or in the blender. I gotta go flip my little thing over here. Here's my tester, my second tester. So my theory is if I'm making a pound, I'm just going to use my hands. If I'm making a lot, I'm going to use my mixer. You don't want to overblend your meat because if you do, you might as well just have rubber balls. Alright, so now I'm going to do them, put them on the pan, be back. Okay, here's my second trick of the day. As you see, the sauce is starting to bubble. This is a great time. 1 teaspoon of sugar. Now that's not a lot, so don't go crazy thinking it is. And then this is how much baking soda I use. Okay, so now we're going to do that. Look what's happening. It's starting to foam and I haven't even touched it yet. But what it does is it eats all that acid out of your sauce so that people with stomach problems, they don't get what we call agita, and it just eats it all away, and the sweetness really isn't there. It's basically for that baking soda. So that basically is ready to go, but it needs to cook because it's got raw tomatoes in it. I just let it simmer. Right now I think it's on very low. Yeah, it's on real low. Let it sit there. I put it in this big pan. It's really heavy so it doesn't burn on the bottom. But give it a stir every once in a while. And please, don't go to the store and come back because you'll have bad sauce. Alright, so I've tasted my meatballs. I started rolling. And while I was rolling, I thought of something. What I usually do is wet my hands. And by that, I'm saying put your hand under with some water. That's it. That's all you need to do. Then you can pick up your meatball and start rolling them. I'll be back. Okay, meatballs are all rolled, and boy, they do taste good. I just had a bite of another one. Anyhow, they're all rolled out. They're ready to go in the oven. If you have more, push them together. It's no big deal. It's not like baking where you can't put stuff together. These you can put together. They're still going to cook. They're just freaking meatballs. I'm going to put them in for 10 minutes. 15 at the most at 350. Then I'm going to flip them so that they burn on both sides. When that's done, I just put them into a bowl and put them to the side again until they're ready for the sauce. So there you go, guys. And this is meatballs. This is the sauce. There's my sausage. I'm ready to go. It took me 20 minutes even making this recording for you. But I didn't want you guys to not have something to go by. So I figured I'd do this for you instead. And it took me less than 6 minutes. Love you guys.